Hey everybody, welcome to RCTV's coverage and welcome to the studio. I'm your host, Bill Kolb, alongside my laptop. Dave Pence got the night off tonight, so I'm going solo. That's all right. I can't wait to see the action tonight. We got a great game ahead of us tonight with the Springford girls, those Rams hosting the Owen J. Roberts Wildcats. And tonight, right now, like I said, a great matchup because it's two undefeated teams. Springford coming in with a 2-game winning streak right now. Those girls finished up before 2018 ended with a showcase in Arizona with a win over Mesquite and Mesquite from Arizona by only beating them by one, a triple overtime game. Coach is saying that was really exciting, especially to walk out with the win there. And then they ended the 2018 campaign on a high note with a win over conference and rival Potts Grove, handing it to them with a 16 basically 16 gap win there. Overall, the record is 6-2 this year. There are only 2 losses coming in at Arizona in that showcase from a team, South Soy City, and from Jeffner Christian in Florida. So, 2 really good teams, highly ranked teams in the state. So they're getting that experience outside of home here. All right, like I said, Owen J. Roberts, those Wildcats, no slouch either, coming in at 6-0. So I had a chance to talk to the coaching staff before the game, and they told me, and just like you want to keep an eye on tonight, Rants for Owen J. Roberts. She's a 3-point specialist, even though she's, you'd look at her, she probably looks like she'd play inside, but she is a 3-point specialist. And LeClaire. All right, number 10, LeClaire. She's an all-around athlete. She can do it all. Coaches believe she's going to be all conference. They love their coaching staff. They said one thing about Owen J. Roberts, just be weary tonight. You're not going to see an up and down from Owen J. Roberts. Very methodical. He's going to make sure that they're patient in getting their best shots. While Springford looking to make sure that those Wildcats get their first loss tonight here at Springford's gymnasium here. So what are they going to do tonight? They're going to throw out their usual starters here, led by Lucy Olson, Elisa Young, Emily Tiffin, and Skylar Sullivan, along with Casey Marty. Be on the lookout. I know some of you are going to be looking for Lucy Olson's sister tonight, but unfortunately she turned her ankle tonight, earlier in the week, so she won't be here. So make sure you stay tuned to this RCT coverage, because I'm going to hand it up to those youngsters, Ashley Hudak and Nick Elsner, up top. So when you get back, guess what? Pioneer athletic action against the Springford Rams hosting the Owen J. Roberts Wildcats. I'll see you at halftime. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your attention, please. Throughout its 32-year history, the Pioneer Athletic Conference has embraced the principles of fair play and sportsmanship in all of its athletic endeavors.
Those principles continue to guide us today. We ask all of you in the arena tonight to be vocal and support your team in a positive fashion that reflects the principles of the Pioneer Athletic Conference. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game.
And now would everyone please rise, remove your hats, and stand as one nation as we salute the United States of America and the troops who defend our freedom as we play our national anthem.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's broadcast on RCTV. We have the Springford Rams taking on the Owen J. Roberts Wildcats in women's basketball. It's going to be a fun matchup tonight, as these are two of the top teams in the pack. I'm joined by Ashley Hudak, who will be here momentarily. However, starters for tonight for the Owen J. Robert Wildcats. Number 1, Hannah Clay. Number 4, Avery White. Number 10, Olivia LeClaire. Number 15, Brooke Greenwald. And 33, Diana Rance. Starting for the Rams tonight, number 3, Lucy Olson. Number 4, Alyssa Yuan. Number 11, Emily Tiffin. Number 30, Skylar Sullivan. And number 40, Cassie Marty. If you take a look at tonight's lineup for the Rams, they have 2 sophomores starting. That's a pretty impressive feat. 2 sophomores are starting on the varsity basketball team for the Rams. Should be a good matchup tonight. The Rams are 6-2 on the season, 4-0 in the pack, coached by Mickey McDaniels. They're on a 2-game win streak. They beat Norristown 74-13, Methacton 41-36, PJP 50-32, Pottsgrove 55-37, and in Arizona they beat West Campus 47-44. They lost to South Sioux City 49-45. They lost to Seffner Christian 61-53, and they beat Mesquite 37-36. Out tonight for the Rams, Abby Goodrich out with a knee injury, and Olivia Olson, I was told, is out with an elbow injury. Abby Goodrich is committed to Kutztown basketball, and Cassie Marty is committed to Lehigh for lacrosse. And we're about ready for our tip-off. It is won by the Owen J. Robert Wildcats, and they will possess around the key, looking for penetration on the inside. Rance with the ball. And there's Sullivan with the defense. Rance able to kick it out to LeClaire, who drives to the basket. And that pass is turned over. Yuan to Olson, who finds Marty and lays it up and in for the first bucket of tonight. Cassie Marty with her first 2. Rance and LeClaire. Out to Clay, driving to the basket, lays it off to Rance, who tries to put it up, and she is stuffed by the double team. Alyssa Yuan, Cassie Marty. Marty with the ball for the Rams. Flips it out to Olson. Finds Sullivan on top of the key. And the Rams looking to establish possession early on in this game. And Marty's pass is tipped away for a turnover. LeClaire bringing up the ball to Clay, who puts up 1 for 3, and it hits. What a shot. Olson to Marty. Marty eyeing up a 3, who flips it to Yuan on top of the key. And Sullivan looking for penetration. And Olson decides to go for a layup there, and she can't finish. Marty on the hustle back, and a strip. Rance gets stripped, and there's a jump ball. Possession arrow is towards the Owen J. Robert Wildcats. They will be receiving the ball under the basket. Just kidding. The Owen J. Roberts did not have the possession arrow. The Rams did. And that ball was just tipped out of bounds. It will now be Owen J. Roberts' ball, as it was tipped off the Rams. And Clay looking to inbound as she hits it off of Marty's knee. Owen J. Roberts will have the ball once more. The defense is suffocating for the Rams as the Wildcats cannot get any layups in. Clay tried to put up 2, she couldn't get it. Olsen to Marty. Marty drives and she is stripped. Rance picks it up and she flips it out to White. White drives, tries to lay it up and in, and will hit the rim. Marty with the 3, no good. And Rance taking the ball up the floor once more, lays it up for LeClaire, who puts it in. Owen J. Roberts, 5, Rams 2, 5 minutes left to play in the first. This one has been a fairly fast-paced game with a lot of back and forth, lots of turnovers from these two teams so far. Sullivan puts up 3 off her mark. Rance comes up with the rebound, and White will drive. And good defense from Marty from Tiffin. That one's poked away for OJR ball. And Haley Hudak will check in for Yuan. The Wildcats are 8-0 on the season, coached by Jeremy Mellon. They're on an 8-game win streak. It's pretty impressive. The Rams looking to ruin that streak tonight. And this one so far hasn't been dominated necessarily by the Wildcats. The Rams just haven't capitalized on all their shots. And Olsen putting up a contested 3. That one will fall. What a shot. Wildcats flipping around the ball, and Rance will be blocked. Hudak sets her feet, puts up the block. OJR receives the ball under the basket, but great defensive effort from Hudak. Clay with the ball out wide. Rance, turn and shoot, no good. Tiffin trying to win that battle. She gets beat. OJR with the ball outside the key. LeClaire out to White, sets a pick. White throws that one up. LeClaire gets it, drives, almost lays it up and in, and Hudak able to recover the rebound. And the Rams will go. Marty finds Hudak in the middle, who flips it back out to Marty, and she puts up a 3 once more off her mark. And Marty, ball off her leg. Great heads-up play there, just trying to stop the ball any way she can, and that one worked. White brings the ball up. Rance now crosses midcourt. She finds Clay, who gets a pick, drives to the basket, and flips it to Rance, who drives, and she will be triple teamed under the basket. Good defense from Haley Hudak. And Owen J trying to flip that one out wide to Clay, and it rolls out of bounds for a Rams ball, and that's good defense there. Good team defense by the Rams. Starts with Hudak, who gets down on her knees. She's just hustling for that ball. It's great team defense. Sullivan drives, puts it up. Tiffin with the rebound, and in. The Rams lead 7-5. 2:31 left to play in the first. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. As I mentioned before, these two teams are at the top of the pack. And Methacton sits in third with an 8-2 record, 4-1 in the pack. So this game means a lot for both teams. Olsen flips it to Hudak, who lays it up, and she cannot let it in. Marty trying to flip it reverse off the backboard. It will be a foul called. Owen J. Roberts ball. And Haley Hudak picks up a foul. However, well, I don't know. She picked up a foul somehow. And Olsen with a great defensive play there, hitting it out of bounds. And it will be OJR ball. LeClaire has the ball. That one poked away by Tiffin. And they're saying Owen J. shove. Rams ball. Marty to inbound to Olsen. And Magazzolo checks in for Marty, so Magazzolo will inbound. She plays Olsen. And OJR going with the full court press. This is the first we've seen from them tonight. Tiffin surveying. Flips it out to Sullivan. Finds Magazzolo to Yuan. And Yuan puts it up and in, and she will be fouled, or blocked, sorry. The Rams get the rebound, and they're working it around once more. Magazzolo drives. She puts that one in a little hard off the glass. Ref says OJR tipped it, Rams ball, and they will get a second chance here to score. Tiffin to inbound to Olsen, who flips it out to Sullivan. Magazzolo. And the Rams have great ball work here. However, when they drive, they cannot always finish. If the Rams would have finished all the chances they've created for themselves, it would be a very different game. Yuan up with the rebound, and Sullivan puts it up and in for the second offensive rebound. 9-5, Rams lead with 40 seconds left to play in the first. LeClaire has the ball for the Wildcats. She flips it out to White. Clay being guarded by Magazzolo. The Rams are just shutting him down, and they call hand over hand turnover. And Olsen brings it up for the Rams. 20 seconds left in this one. Rams lead 9-5. Rams looking to run one last play in the first. Olsen flips it out to Magazzolo. Finds Tiffin under the basket. Sullivan, three, no good. Oh, and with the last second rebound, Tiffin lays it up and in. We will be back for more action here in the second quarter. Rams lead 11-5.
Hi, I'm Peter. And there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in, help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit savethefood.com.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome back. Rams 11, Owen J. Roberts 5. We will be here for the start of the second quarter. OJR to inbound. Clay finding White. And the Rams here with the stellar defense. they've been shutting down Owen J, and Marty gets called on the foul. It will be a shooting foul.
Fouls on Olsen. Her first, team second at the line for the Wildcats. Brooke Greenwald.
Excuse me, that'll be a foul on Olsen. And Greenwald missing the first, and she'll get another shot.
In for the Wildcats, Alicia Largo. Maddie Corey and Deanna Day.
Are you coming on? Are you getting on the call? Greenewald misses the second, and Hudak with the rebound. Olsen flips it out to Magazzolo, who puts one up and will not get it to fall. Olsen, offensive rebound, out to Magazzolo, who flips across court. Tiffin to Olsen, and Tiffin surveying. Rams, beautiful ball work around the key. Able to find that penetrating pass. Marty for three, no good. Olsen with the rebound. Hudak with the foul, and she will be sent to the line for two. Hudak hits the first. I don't know, I'll bring you in. What are you doing? I'm gonna bring you in. There will be a foul on the Rams. And I am now joined by Ashley Hudak.
Hi Nick, how are you?
I'm good, Ash, how you doing?
Pretty good.
How was the bowling match?
It was pretty good. The girls went 4-0 and the boys went 1-3.
Well, that's good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Springford looks to be doing good so far. 13-5. Playing an undefeated team here, OJR, and another undefeated team, Springford Rams over here.
Olsen bringing up the ball for the Rams. And the Rams, Ash, I'll fill you in, have looked really good all night. Great ball movement on the perimeter, being able to find the penetrating pass into the middle and then kick it back out for a jump shot or a three-pointer.
That's good.
The only thing that's killed them is turnovers, and they're up 13-5 with 5:38 left to play. Hudak, great job getting up to get that pass. However, they do have another turnover here, and Marty with the great press, Olsen with the steal, and you can see how this has been the story of the game. Fast.
It is fast.
Yeah.
Everybody's on Springford working together, and you can just see in that last play a bunch of ball movement. Everybody's hustling on the ground, diving for it, doing whatever they can just to get that ball.
Oh, yeah. It's been a fun first half and a couple minutes in the second half. And Olsen will be sent to the line as she is fouled while she went up for a relay. Or layup, not relay. I don't know where that came from. She hits the first, and Yuan will check in for Hudak.
You calling another sport without me?
Yeah. Little Hudak playing great.
That's great. Love to see it.
Oh, yeah. And Olsen hits the second. All four Ram free throws have been made, and the two from OJR were missed. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe that'll be the difference in this one. But
that's just a big critical point that I know Springford likes to work on. They like to work on their foul shots because you never know how important those foul shots are until like the last minute or so.
I agree, Ash. Oh, and Sullivan will get unlucky with that one. I think she just set her feet a little too wide there.
Yeah.
Not her fault, not intentional.
Try to get in a good position, just 1 second too late. That's what will get you.
Yeah.
It's her first foul though, so she's pretty good.
White flips it out to Largo. White driving, and Yuan with some great defense sticks up those arms
See, that's the great thing. Long arms, not reaching your wrist down or fingers or anything. That was all ball, which is what we love to see.
And Marty for the corner three, off her mark. Marty's been off all night. She has not been able to hit a three.
Man, I thought that was going to be a charge.
That looks like a charge to me.
Abby looked like her feet were set, but nope.
White looked like she really just lowered the shoulder on that one. I mean, that's why the refs are in stripes and we're not.
Yep.
White missing. That is the third Wildcat free throw that has been missed.
Like we said, we're already in the second half here. It's 15-5, and if they made those other 3 foul shots, it could have been 15-8. That could have been a closer game, closing the gap there. But I told you these foul shots are critical. Springford Rams bringing the ball in.
Boyer's pass tipped away as Marty was just an inch away from getting it.
Yep.
You know, that's good defense from the
Good
Wildcats.
defense. Springford just has to come to the basketball.
I was here earlier for a little bit of the JV game, and Boyer had like 6 points in the last minute and a half of the game. Maybe
That's
not
crazy.
6, but she had a 3, and then she also had some free throws.
Nice.
She's a great young player.
That's good.
And Marty will be sent to the line.
See, that's dangerous. I thought Boyertown would have been, or my bad, Owen J. Roberts would have been more prepared, just because Springford is always driving the lane and everything, and you can see how good they are driving the lane. They take it to the basket strong and want to draw those fouls even if they don't make the basket.
You know what I'd love to see in high school basketball?
What do you love to see?
I'd love to see the pick and roll. You don't see it enough.
You don't. Or maybe one of those blindside passes we get once in a while.
Get a little LeBron action up in here. No, I don't even need LA Bron. I just need some pick and roll action. I'm ready for March Madness. And Marty hits the first. Or did she hit the first?
She did not hit the first.
She didn't hit either of her 2 foul shots, excuse me.
But Springford did rebound and makes up for the 2 points lost.
It's a great jumper from Yuan.
If I was the Owen J. Roberts coach right now, I'd want to stop play because Springford's just on a streak right now with scoring buckets.
Yeah, use the timeout. Owen J just looks a little discombobulated. You know, looks like they're trying to move too fast. And a great pass from Tiffin, and Sullivan can't lay it up and in.
2 layups, easy layups missed right there, but you know what? They still recovered the ball and they still have possession.
That's right. It's another big thing that the Rams have been able to do tonight. They've been able to get the offensive rebounds, and Boyer for 3, no good. Can't get it to fall. Clay on the fast break, and that
is a charge.
Boyer took that one like a champ.
She did. She stuck her feet up, or stuck her arms up. Her feet were planted. She was there. That was her spot. She owned it. And the girl tried to take it over, but did not work for her.
Olsen checks in for Marty, and, you know, that's just a little unsportsmanlike there, if you ask me, you know.
Yep.
Lowering the shoulder clearly on purpose, just not even trying to Euro step or something.
But you did see another offensive foul the other way. But you did see Springford girls, all 4 of them, run over to help their teammate up. That's teamwork right there.
Springford stresses that, you know, team over individual. You got to be there for your teammates. Yep. You're only as strong as your weakest link.
That is very true. Springford high up on the press break over here. Tiffin with the block.
Owen J able to recover. And here's some good ball movement. Avello Largo puts up a jumper. Rams leading 17-8. Well, now 19-8. They've got a pretty comfortable lead with 3:40 left to play in the second. You know, if you're McDaniels, what do you have to say at halftime so far about this game? I know you've seen some of the second half, but from what you've seen.
From what I've seen, I'd say keep it up. I mean, their press break could be a little bit stronger, but other than that, they're playing great. They're diving on the ground for these balls like we saw just now. We see the ball movement being passed, and it's well done, and they're just working together. So my only thing would just be, if you're going to do a press break, make sure you're make sure you're up on the girls more.
Sullivan just hit a 2. Her foot was on the line. Great shot.
It was. If you were the OJR coach, what would you be telling your team at this?
You know, if I was OJR's coach, I would be telling my girls they've got to settle down. Yes, you're at Springford. It's a tough place to play at. You know, the Springford student section shows out. You've got to just calm down, play your game, you know? And for example, Day just pulls up, just hits it, and we'll be right back. Oh, we're not gonna go. We're gonna stay here. As I was saying though, you know, OJR's just they've gotta just settle in. You know, communication is key. Gotta get this passes down. Limit your turnovers. And you've gotta just be able to make the simple pass. You know.
Yeah, you do, but hitting that 3 gives some hope for the OJR girls to just keep going for the basket. That they actually have this shot to try and close the gap a little bit, even though it's a 10-point gap, there's still a chance. But if Springford keeps playing the way they're playing, I don't see much of a chance coming back here.
Yeah, right. 21-11, the Rams lead with 2:42 left to play. Hudak is back out on the floor, as well as Magazzolo.
OJR is impressing. I realize that now. I guess they're more comfortable playing man-to-man.
Yeah.
Or nope. Yep, man-to-man.
And here
Looked
comes
like
that
a zone for a second, but
Springford ball work. Sullivan lays it off to Olsen, who drives, flips it out to Tiffin.
see, this is the good basketball you like to see. A lot of passing. Ooh, almost had the pick and roll there, Nick.
Yeah, Magazzolo's pass is intercepted. However, good idea.
Ooh.
And she slips up a little bit.
Caught herself.
Yeah. LeClaire with the ball, hands it off to Avello Largo. Day's pass is
Tipped
hit
by
by Hudak. There we go.
My sister.
And Tiffin wide open, flips it to Sullivan. Finds Magazzolo.
That was a great pass. I saw that in the last night's game, 76ers versus the Sun.
Yeah.
Drew 2 defenders going in for the layup, and what do you know? Dished it off, no looker, but we couldn't finish that layup.
Avello Largo puts 2 up, 21-13. Wildcats trail the Rams. They're looking, you know, they're coming back slowly. You know, the Rams aren't being as electric as they were.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's interesting on your comment about Owen Jay's coach, why not take a timeout, try and break up the momentum here of Springford. And you see, as soon as Day hit that 3, McDaniels, timeout. Got to settle my girls back down. Got to get them playing their game.
For sure.
Sullivan, in and out. Unlucky.
Good hustle there.
Cross-court pass from LeClaire. Corey bringing the ball up for the Wildcats. Rance to LeClaire.
Nice block there.
Great defensive play from Tiffin. that was impressive. And McDaniels calls another timeout with 33.9 left to play. The Rams lead 21-13. We will be right back.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back from that short break. McDaniels using another timeout. Why do you think he called that timeout, Ash?
I think he called that timeout just to regroup his girls. OJR came out, they scored 3, they scored another bucket, and I think he was just preparing them, saying OJR is down so many points. They just want to prepare them that they're going to try and be high press like they are right now, on top of it, more than what they were in the first half and the other half. But you know what? No problem for Springford coming out with another bucket.
Tiffin drives and lays one up and in for the Rams. 6 seconds left to Leclerc, looking to get one last play as she drives and puts it up. No good. Rams lead 23-13. We will be back with more action in the second half.
And here for our halftime show, we have Bill Culp.
Everybody, welcome downstairs in halftime. Again, I'm your host, Bill Culp, and we had some great action there between the Springford Rams and the Owen J. Roberts Wildcats. And some notes I want to bring out to you about the first half as I was watching that. I'm sure you guys were watching and taking notes also. Let's see if our notes match up. Just noticing with the Springford Rams leading the Owen J. Roberts 23-13, ending the half there with Tiffin in the layup there to put them up by 10. Looked like Springford right off the bat started off really, really strong defensively, capitalizing with some of their athleticism and taking a pretty good lead there as Owen J. Roberts, though, climbed back slowly in that second quarter. Springford, again, I was talking to the coaching staff beforehand, and one of the first things I noticed, and they said to me was, hey, Bill, one of the things we struggle with in the first quarter for some reason is the three-pointer. And looking at the three-pointers, they were 1 for 7 in the first half. 1 for 7, 1 for 5 in that first quarter. So hitting one of their early ones, but again, struggling there, only 20% in that first quarter. So again, we see that trend as the coaching staff said they want to correct that. They did say that in the third quarter, though, and the fourth quarter, they start to make those adjustments and they sort of get their legs. So maybe it's just those, those jitters in that first half and that first quarter, and they usually smooth it out, shooting about 50% from three-point land in the second half. All right, really Springford spreading out their offense. Every one of their starters there with Young getting there, a bucket there late, finally late, but all the starters contributing tonight, getting those points with Lucy Olson having 5, Jan with 2, Emily Tiffin leading all scorers with 6, and Sullivan with 4, and Cassie Marty. Sorry, Cassie, I said your name wrong in that first before the pregame there, with 4. And then Hudak hitting 2 free throws. And speaking of free throws, I'll tell you what, it's really helped Springford right now, and it's actually hurt those Wildcats. Springford started off real hot, hitting their first 4 free throws, but missing their last 2 as Cassie Marty missed those last 2. Still 4 for 6. Pretty good showing. I'm sure the coaching staff, I know he has them on the line all the time after they run their drills. One of the things they end with is free throws. So it's a big thing, in not just in this game, but all games. While Owen J. Roberts is only 1 for 4 hitting their last free throw, so only 25%, that's not really going to help them there. As our announcers were saying up top, turnovers a key right now, hurting both teams. Springford starting off not too much there, only had 3 turnovers in the first quarter and then 1 in the second. So 4 not too bad, but again, you want to limit those turnovers, while Owen J. Roberts was just turning the ball over heavily with 7 turnovers total, 5 in the first quarter and 2 in the second. Why was that? Quite simply, defense. And you know, all those watchers out there and everybody that follows Springford basketball, especially the girls, they know defensive pressure. That's what Coach McDaniel preaches throughout practice. And you see these girls not only just playing hard, defense, getting down low, they're diving all over the floor. They are constantly in the face, and Owen J. Roberts being affected by that kind of defense right there constantly. Olivia Leclerc for Owen J. Roberts is leading all scorers with 5 for their team. Kiana Day with 3. And Alyssa Largo coming off the bench really came in and off. And like I said, Springford had a really, really nice commanding lead. And Largo coming in and giving 4 points off the bench. That really gave a nice lift for Owen J. Roberts. Now, what I'm looking for in the second half, Springford to come out, continue that pressure in that defense. I'm sure Coach McDaniel is going to start maybe picking them up a little bit before half court, trying to get those turnovers and turning his defense into offense and getting those easy buckets. We saw in the first half, Springford was getting to the rack. They were getting to the hole very easily. Nice penetration in that first half, getting to the hole a lot, kicking it out for the three-pointers, but they weren't effective with those three-pointers. So we, looking for in the second half, look for those three-pointers to start falling, looking for Olsen in that starting lineup to really start putting up some points. So I'm going to turn it back up top, and when we come back in that second half, we're going to see if those Springford Rams can make sure those Wildcats walk away from this gymnasium with their first loss. I'm going to turn it back up top. Enjoy the rest of the coverage from RCTV. Again, I'm Bill Culp. Have a great night.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to the Springford OGR game with the Springford Rams leading 23 points with the OJR having 13 points. Nick, what did you notice in the first half about both teams?
Both teams were pretty evenly matched. Springford just came away with more opportunities. That's why they're up by 10. The big difference in this game was turnovers, and both teams had a lot of them.
They did.
Ball security is important, and if the Rams can secure the ball, then they will be having a field day. And Olsen opening things up for the Rams, 26-13 now.
First 20 seconds, already banging out a three. And a
she
steal
has
right there.
Tiffin stops the drive, picks up the dribble, finds Sullivan, and Olsen.
I'm going to say without Olsen scoring that three over there, I was going to say both teams are doing a great job on defense because overall this is a pretty low-scoring game, I believe.
I agree. Springford holding the not Bears. It did the same thing you did earlier. And Sullivan with the three, 29-13.
Back-to-back threes.
Yeah, it's impressive that the Rams defense held this explosive OJR offense to 13 points in the first half.
That's great, though. That shows that Springford came tonight to play. They're showing that this is their home court. They have the high press up from the beginning, and they're not stopping.
Oh, yeah. Something you like to see,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Marty with a great step. Tipping that ball.
Ref trying to get out of the way there.
Yeah, right.
Didn't quite get out of the way.
White inbounding to Clay, who brings it across half court.
I don't think I've ever seen a basketball player wear a concussion headband.
I haven't either, but there's a first for everything.
You are right. Good box out there by Alyssa Yuan.
And Marty comes up with the rebound, takes it up the floor for the Rams, flips it to Tiffin.
I'd like to see the Springford Rams, when they come down more, they usually stop at the top of the three-point line. I'd like to see them drive or at least draw defenders and then pass it out.
Tiffin hitting another three, and she has come out on fire in this second half. And the Rams already have scored more points than they did in the first 5 minutes of the first quarter.
See, Mr. McDaniels probably gave him a pep talk saying, hey, guys, we can't let this be close. We can't give them any cushion room. This is what we need to do.
Olsen driving, tries to go high, and she's short.
OJR trying to rebuttal on a fast break, draws the foul.
And LeClaire will head to the line for two. You can see just from those first 2 minutes and 20 seconds, it's been very fast-paced here at Springford,
It has, yep. Foul shot that was definitely critical for OJR to make, but OJR's just gonna keep driving to the hoop or drawing those fouls to get more points. But Springford's doing a pretty good job holding their ground on the defensive end as well.
Yuan tips that one away. OJR ball. And the Rams lead 32-14 with 5:38 left to play here in the third.
We got a good fan section out today.
Oh, yeah.
For both sides.
Yeah. Jump ball. Possession arrow with I'm about to say Bears again. With the Wildcats. You know, both teams are red.
You know what? Oh.
And Tiffin gets called for a foul.
Springford already starting this quarter with 2 fouls. But hey, only her first foul, so she did good the first 2 quarters then.
Yeah. It's been a pretty clean game.
Yep.
LeClaire trying to lay it up and in off the rim.
Rebounds are critical too. Like, even if you miss it, you're always going to want to be there to get that rebound.
Grunwald puts that one up and in for the Wildcats. And Marty, who had a fast break, puts one up and it's off her mark. And Hudak will check in for Alyssa Yuan. Marty to Olsen, who flips it to Tiffin.
OJR going into a zone now. Nope, they're going back to man-to-man. They look like they're in a zone again.
They've been switching back and forth a little bit throughout the game. Sullivan. Olsen now with the ball. Looking to drive out wide to Tiffin. Hudak's dangerous pass gets stripped from Sullivan, and Hudak will work back.
Nice block and rebound.
Great board.
Way to recover from that.
And Marty now with the ball. Finds Hudak. Flips it out to Tiffin. And this is the kind of ball movement that you want to see from the Rams.
Exactly.
Sullivan getting stuffed as she tries to lay it up and in for 2. No good.
Lucy take the, nope.
And White with the pull-up jumper for 2.
OJR trying to create a high press right now, not let Springford come across the half-court line.
Tiffin with a nice dish to Olsen, who wasn't able to lay it up and in, and the Rams turn the ball over. Clay.
Smart play by Clay, taking the ball out, seeing she didn't have numbers.
Rance with the ball.
Springford is working so hard. I feel like OJR is like losing momentum, not working up to their potential as they have been.
Tiffin with the stuff. LeClaire tried to drive and lay it up and in.
I think that could be a specialty right here.
Yeah.
Tiffin's specialty over here, stuffed.
And Abby Boyer checks in for Skylar Sullivan. Rance to Clay to inbound. And back to Rance, who puts it up for 3. That one will fall. 32-21. The Rams still lead with 3:29 left to play in the third.
Very high press.
Great dish. And Marty will be fouled. She'll head to the line for 2. And in Olsen, such a young player, so much potential. She has proven to be able to hang with these older girls in this game.
She has. Not only is Lucy Olsen the only sophomore, but we got Abby Boyer on the court proving her spot. We got Haley Hudak on the court proving her spot. And then we also have Mac Maloney, who is currently injured, but also has proved her spot. And Emily Tiffin on the court as well, the stuffer.
3 sophomores on the court for the Rams. You know, this is a young team.
4 sophomores.
4 sophomores, excuse me.
And 1 senior.
Yeah.
You'll love to see it.
You'd love to see it. And Marty can't hit. Springford with a little bit of a press here.
Springford just makes their presence known, like Abby Boyer coming out to defend the girl. It just, everybody, arms wide, everything. But she got called on that foul over there.
Gotta move your feet.
Gotta move your feet.
Team's third.
LeClaire gets the inbounded pass. OJR working it around the key.
High
Dangerous
lob.
pass to the corner.
Very lucky.
Yeah. And White will try to reset things. Corey to White for a dangerous pass. White's triple teamed. OJR lands on the ball, and Hudak gets down, tries to get it, and accidentally hits it out of bounds. That's great defensive effort, though, from the Rams.
That is great defensive effort. You saw a triple team into both OJR and Springford going for the ball, ending up on the floor. Unluckily, it was played out of bounds on Springford.
Rance for three, and she hits. Rance also on fire for the Wildcats.
Springford just seemed like they got cozy with that 15-point lead, leading Mr. McDaniels to call a timeout right here off that three-pointer.
You know, we will be right back with more action after the timeout.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back after the short break. The Rams inbound. Olsen flips it to Hudak, tries to lay it up and in, and she had too much momentum.
Hey, that's the pick and roll you were talking about earlier.
There it is. It is there.
Great idea.
Hudak moves her feet. However, Owen J lays it up and over her.
I will take 2 points over an and one any day, though.
As will I. Marty drives. Hudak with the, I can't think of the word, pick. There it is, pick.
Cassie Marty fouled to the foul line. These foul shots will be critical right here.
Marty, a pretty good shooter. And she lays the first one up and in. Perfect form.
Perfect form. Like they taught us in 4th grade, you got to reach into the cookie jar, you know? Flick that wrist.
Flick that wrist. It's all about the flick of the wrist. It's for a lot of things, too. You know, ping pong, flick of the wrist.
Oh, yeah.
Cornhole, if you throw a sidearm, flick of the wrist.
Bowling, flick of the wrist.
Yeah,
Let
right.
go of the ball.
And Marty is 2 for 2 on this attempt. White takes the ball up, crosses half court, and flips it to LeClaire.
Springford changing into a zone, a 2-3.
Looking to clog up that lane for Owen J.
3 seconds on red. Good defense played by White.
And there's that trap.
There's that trap. That box will get you 3 seconds in the lane.
Oh, yeah.
It's always the worst.
Olsen brings it up for the Rams. Sullivan driving, and she's able to lay it up and in for two. 37-26 with 1:25 left to play.
Good use of the background, art backboard.
White trying to take the detour around Yuan.
Looked like a foul there, but
Can't get
refs
it to
did not
fall.
call it.
The Rams with the rebound. As you said, Olsen's arm was grabbed, and the crowd wanted no part of that. Marty will get sent back to the line as she is called for another shooting foul.
That was just an easy drive for Cassie Marty right there. OJR, well, Springford was passing the ball around the arc and left the lane wide open for Cassie Marty right there, who saw the opportunity, took it, and drove, which got herself 2 foul shots.
Marty hits the first. You know, like we said, such a good shooter. If anything, you don't want her at the line.
No, you do not.
This game may be shaping up to be more of a blowout than we thought, you know. Can't speak too early, still got a whole nother quarter to play.
Knocking on some wood right now.
Yeah, right? But even then, we thought it was going to be a defensive, hard-fought battle,
Yep.
and the Rams are, I mean, they're about to break 40.
They are. And Springford coming off their 2-game win streak into this game, and OJR is coming off their 8-game win streak right now from here.
The
What do
whole
we think is
season.
going to happen? Fans
Owen.
are not happy about that call.
Wasn't a shooting foul, but O&J still gets the ball. Rance flips it to White in the corner, looks to pull up, and it's good.
Last 40 seconds here in the third quarter. Let's see if the Springford Rams can get at least one more basket before time runs out.
Tiffin to Sullivan. McDaniels giving some advice here.
Trying to run out the clock.
And Allison Droney is in the game for the Rams.
I'm going to run out the clock just to make sure OJR does not have another chance to score this quarter.
McDaniels telling his team they've got to get inside the paint, or not the paint, the key. Yuan drives, trying to make a last-minute bucket, and it is up and in. What a great
That
effort.
was a great shot. Rolled right into the basket.
Wow, buzzer beater from the, not Bears. I keep wanting to say Bears.
You're fine.
What a great shot. Wildcats are down 30-41. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action.
Hi, I'm Peter, and there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in, help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit savethefood.com.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome back. We're here for the fourth quarter at Springford Area School District, where the Rams lead the Wildcats 41-30. Wildcats with a really high press, down by 11. They need some defense and some offense.
It's a high-scoring game for OJ Roberts here, though. They scored 17 points in that last quarter.
Marty with the three. Great way to open up the fourth quarter as Olsen opened up the third quarter. You know, they come out firing, and that's what the Rams need.
That's what they need, especially from that third quarter last quick 2 points for both teams right there. Rebounds are going to be critical here. You can't give up those easy things. You have to grab the ball, own it, and get it to an outlet.
Jump ball,
I thought it was White's.
as did I. That one goes to OJR. LeClaire finds Rance. Rance trying to reset, and she'll flip it to White.
Springford still staying in their 2-3 zone.
LeClaire with an easy bucket as she was left free under the basket. And that's something that the Rams need to tighten up on defense.
Yep.
If they're going to play that 2-3 zone, they've got to have that 2 drop in a little bit on the back.
Yep. Or they have to just be aware that there's, like you
An
said,
extra-
two
an
girls
extra
back
man,
there and not just post up on one, but stand between both of them. Or call the girl who's up at the top of the key back to help.
Marty calling out a play. Flips it to Olsen. Step back 3, and it's
And
good.
it's good.
Wow. What a play from the sophomore.
Pump fake, step to the side, three-pointer. Can't ask for anything more.
Olsen picking up her second foul as she was trying to defend the Wildcat who was driving to the basket.
Pretty
Just
good
got a
foul
piece of arm.
count. Yeah, pretty good foul count for both teams.
Oh, yeah. Like we've said, it's been a pretty
Clean game.
pretty clean game, yeah. Day with the ball. Flips it to Clay.
Springford reverting back to man-to-man.
And
Like I said, those rebounds are critical. Springford did get lucky on that one.
as the refs call out of bounds on the Wildcats, Rams ball. And Tiffin and Hudak check back in. So on the floor for the Rams, Tiffin, Olsen, Marty, Sullivan, and Hudak. OJR with the full court press. Sullivan gets the ball at half court, slows it up, drives, flips it out to Tiffin. Picks up her dribble, finds Marty for two, and gets it to fall.
Gets it.
Wow, the Rams are just getting all the right bounces here in this second half of this game.
They are. I'm going to knock on wood for you on that one again.
Thanks, Ash.
No problem.
5:45 left to play. Tiffin picks up her second foul. The Rams lead 49-32, and Ash, the Rams came out firing. The Wildcats not so lucky, you know. They haven't been able to get things to fall. If you're the Rams, what do you need to continue to do here on offense and defense?
If I'm the Rams, I would say keep up the energy and fire, because they came out with that same energy and fire in the third quarter, but in the beginning, but towards the end, they started to like die down because they realized they had such a big lead. Not that they died down a lot, but just they weren't scoring as many points. There wasn't such an urgency. But now in the fourth quarter, I feel like they realized that and aren't going to stop now.
They can't get complacent. I agree 100%. Hudak with the rebound. Olsen brings it down the court. Hudak in the corner.
Nice pick
And
right there.
Olsen trying to hit another step back three, and she comes up a little short. Clay making Olsen miss. And Marty with the tip.
And a foul. Oof.
She reaches
I
in.
spoke too soon on that foul count. I think we're going into 1-and-1s now.
Yeah.
And timeout for Springfield Rams over here.
30-second timeout called by the Rams.
3 fouls in the span of, what, a minute?
Yeah, 17 fouls for the Rams with 5:15 left to play in the fourth quarter. The Rams are up 49-32. They've got a comfortable lead, but like we've said earlier, they cannot get complacent here. This is where they need to just finish it out. You know,
Yep.
a lot of coaches talk about finishing the game,
Yep.
and this is where they have the chance to do that.
They just need to keep cool and keep their defensive role like they always know how to do. Just move their feet, don't reach, and just play their basketball. This is Springford basketball right here.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we love to see.
Oh, yeah. Springford traditionally has a lot of shooters. You know, they come out firing, and when they get hot,
Oh, yeah.
game over. And tonight has been one of those games, you know.
Tonight has been one of those
They've
games.
just come out firing, and they've been hitting shots left and right.
From first half to the second half, I couldn't agree more.
And she makes the first. Rance checks back in for the Wildcats, and LeClaire will have her second shot since she made the first.
She seems pretty, like, cool and collected at the line there.
Second one, can't get it to fall. However, the Wildcats with the rebound, and Olsen gets a block, flips it to Marty, who picks it up. And now Olsen finds Marty with a great dish. Marty trying to go behind the back, can't get it to fall. How cool would that have been?
That would have been pretty cool. That was a great backdoor pass, though. Great sight of the court. And an offensive foul on the OJR Wildcats.
Wildcats starting to get a little aggressive here, a little too aggressive. You know,
They
they're
are,
down.
yep.
They're down by a little bit, and they're just trying to reach, and you can't do that. Got to move your feet.
Being an undefeated team, both teams being undefeated teams in the pack, realizing that this win or loss could affect their record.
Oh, yeah. This is huge implications for district and pack rankings and all the postseason games.
Oh, yeah.
Sullivan with the ball out wide, bringing it back to the top of the key. Flips it out to Tiffin. finds Marty. Marty's been dangerous from the corner, tries to dish it inside to Tiffin.
Yep.
But she hits the underside of the backboard.
That was a nice look, though, a little give and go.
LeClaire, pull-up jumper, and it's good. Timeout, OJR.
OJR still down 14 points. You're the OJR coach. What are you saying to your girls right now?
You know, I think that OJR just needs to calm down. Like I said in the beginning of the game, they've just looked flustered all game. They haven't been able to find that rhythm. Springford has been able to get into their rhythm, and that's why they're up 49-35 with 4:16 left to play in the game. There's plenty of time. The Wildcats just need to settle in, and they just need to. I don't know. They got to find that rhythm if they want to get back in this game.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. I say they're just not playing as well as a team as Springford is. You see Springford going down there, not holding the ball for more than like 2 to 5 seconds. They're just swinging the ball around, getting those open shots, cutting for each other. I think OJ Roberts just need to find that rhythm.
I agree, Ash. You know, Springford reminds me of the Villanova championship team from last year's March Madness. You know, they can't. That team was oh man, if they were hot, game over. You
They
know,
got
They were a
it.
3-point team, and that's what happened. They blew Michigan out, and this is what this game reminds me of. You know, 2 heavyweights coming in, and just one of them hot and one of them not.
Yep.
Just that's how the game works. Oh, and Olsen with a blind
Turnover.
pass. That was a little unusual for her.
Yep.
And
That looked
Olsen-
like all ball to me, though.
Yeah, I could argue that. Coach McDaniel's obviously not happy about that turnover.
He is not, because the turnover obviously resulted in a shooting foul.
Yes. And it looks like Yuan will be checking in for Tiffin, though.
Yep. Tiffin the stuffer.
LeClaire hits her first, and she lines up for the second and knocks it down. Hudak inbounds to Olsen, who's been stellar all night. Flips
OJ
it to
Roberts.
Hudak, and Hudak's pass a little long.
OJ Roberts, high pressing, but starting only at half court.
And this is a young Springford team. On the court right now, we've got a senior, 2 juniors, and 2 sophomores. You know, we'll be looking for some good Rams basketball for the next couple years.
For sure.
Rebounded by Marty, and Olsen carries it up the floor. Marty to Sullivan in the corner. And the Rams
OJ
will
Roberts
reset.
going into a 2-3 zone, just like Springford did too. High pressing, trying to get the ball back because they realize they can't give up easy baskets.
Olsen tries to put up a rebound, gets her own offensive rebound, and now controls at the top of the key.
OJ Roberts, I guess, trying to throw off Springford. They are going in between a man-to-man and a zone.
LeClaire with the very aggressive defense all over Hudak, and Hudak gets a turnover. White with the ball for the Wildcats. Flips it to LeClaire. A little handoff.
Ooh.
And we will be right back after this short break.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. That's when I met Narnese. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
We're back here. Leclerc was helped off the court. Looks like just a Charlie horse. Hopefully she will be okay. You never like to see high school athletes go down like that.
No, I know from personal experience that Charlie horses do not feel good.
Yeah. Olsen with the nice pass down to Marty and the Rams. Great ball movement. Finds Yuan for a pull-up jumper. 51-37, 2:25 left to play. Day looking for three, and it rolls in. Lucky bounce. McDaniels calls timeout for the Rams. We will be right back after this short break.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys.
I thought it was her
she hides
Achilles.
them in that basket by the door.
I thought she just blew out her Achilles.
It's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
The Rams have the ball. And Sullivan to inbound. Finds Olsen. I like that, that little inbound. Have them all start like wide receivers on the line. Olsen to Sullivan, who finds Yuan. She drives, Euro step up and in. What a play from Yuan.
Spring forward, getting back on defense quick, trying not to let the O.J. Robert girls score any more buckets.
Day with a nice inside pass. Clay trying to flip it out to the corner. Sullivan tips it, can't get it. OJR winds up with the ball.
Springford does a good job after they pick, and if they can't get around the girl, to drop off that and roll and grab the girl with the ball, or roll and grab the girl who is rolling off the pick.
Clay puts up a three, no good. Yuan with the rebound, however, it's knocked out of her hands. White spin cycle up and in.
OJR realizes they only have a minute 20 left, and they are 11 points down. So
what a response. However, Marty finds Sullivan. Magazzolo called on a foul.
To me, that looked like both girls were trying to go for the ball because nobody actually had possession. But
it looked like a little bit of a collision, but what can you do?
What can you do?
Rance will head to the line.
1-1.
She hits the first, so she'll get another one. And Tiffin checks in for Yuan.
Minute and 12 seconds here, 10 points down. This could be a critical foul shot for O.J. Robert girls.
And Rance drops the second. Sullivan to Olsen. And back to Sullivan, who drives, flips it out to Marty. And at this point, I think the Rams are just trying to possess. 53-44, you're up by 9 with a minute left in the game. You don't want to give the Wildcats any more opportunities to score.
Nope. I think they're gonna start fouling just because they are so far behind on the scoreboard.
Timeout called by Owen J.
After the foul.
30-second timeout called by Owen J. Roberts.
So that was interesting.
That was interesting, but as you can see, OJR is down by 9 points, and they do need those buckets as soon as possible. And they're close to foul trouble, but they still got one more foul before they are in it. So they got one more to spare, but they're going to use more if they need it.
Yeah, 42 seconds left. If they foul the Rams and the Rams miss some foul shots, you know, the clock doesn't run for foul shots. So
nope.
The Wildcats potentially have 42 seconds to hit 3 threes and tie this one back up.
Yep. Let's hope that doesn't happen, though, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
But, hey, it's basketball.
Yep.
Anything can happen.
That's right.
High press.
Tiffin to inbound for the Rams. Magazzolo tries to get some separation. Marty comes free. She has the ball on the key.
Foul on number 20, Maddie Curry. I think that was pretty intentional because there was a loose ball, 2 girls going for it, but Kessie Marty got there first.
36 seconds left. 53-44, the Rams lead. Tiffin inbounds to Magazzolo, finds Olsen. Marty wide open.
Springford running out the clock.
Possessing around the key. Magazzolo in the corner, and she will be fouled.
Now they're in foul trouble. 1-1.
Will be a 1-on-1.
22 seconds left.
Magazzolo can seal the deal if she hits both of these free throws. And knocks down the first one, and she'll get a second. Knocking down the second one, 55-44, 11-point lead with 22 seconds left to play.
Springford Rams.
Taking it down, flips it out to Clay, putting up a 3 off her mark. Corey to White.
OJR scrambling to get a 3.
Deep 3, and it hits.
And she makes it.
4 seconds left, and that'll do it. Springford Rams win 55-47. It's a pretty complete game from the Rams there. They look good.
They just beat another undefeated team in the pack, bumped them off their 8-0 win streak, making them 8-1 now.
And the Rams now 3-game win streak, first in the pack. Great win tonight. You know, this is very important, as we talked about, district and playoff implications on the line. They come away with the W, find a way to get it done. You know, Ash, what do you think helped with the Rams and their success tonight?
I think what helped with the Rams and their success is they're such a close team and they work hard in practice, and you can definitely see that hard work paying off with how they hustle up on the court on offense and down on the court back on defense, how quick they rotate the ball around the arc, and when they shoot the ball too. Like, they were accurate all night long, even on those foul shots, 3-pointers, layups, jump shots, you name it. It was just buckets all night for the Springford Rams.
I agree, Ash. You know, when the Rams are hot,
there's no stop.
Over. Yeah, and the same is true for the Wildcats. A very talented team. They just couldn't get things to fall their way tonight.
They couldn't.
It'll be an interesting rematch later on in the season.
Yep. Next rematch will be at OJR Stadium, though. So
that'll do it tonight for our broadcast. We'd like to thank our crew, Mark, Brandon, and Brandon Bartolota on camera, Gabby Hagedis on audio, Miss Merja on graphics, and our analyst Bill Culp, and of course our director Rothermel. For Ashley Hudak, I'm Nick Elsner. Thank you for tuning in to our broadcast tonight. We'll see you later, Springford.